Welcome to Open Up Forum, where we talk about anything and everything and give you a godly perspective on it. Today, we got a fairly good topic, but I'm here today joined by my co-host, Ronald McConaughey.
What's up, everybody?
And our boy Matt is in the cut.
Yeah, Matt.
And Matt ain't got no mic. Again.
Matt clean shaving today.
He
Matt doing his thing. You know what that is? That's money right there. That's Matt making all that money, man. That's what that is.
Nah, he got a date tonight.
Oh,
you got a date, Matt? Oh, shoot. Matt over there, Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's
we
right.
Are in Memorial Day weekend.
And work Monday.
Yeah, that's right. And
I
I just like to thank our veterans and former veterans who served this country.
Amen.
Well. And still,
you're welcome.
Yeah, that's right. He is a veteran.
That's right.
You know what I mean? But our topic is today the reality
of how we got here.
Reality of how we got here. We still on the
annihilation of the strong black man.
Yeah.
We'll be wrapping that up in a couple of more sessions, but yeah.
Yeah, but
we winding it down.
As he said, the annihilation of a strong black man. We still in that phase of so the reality of how we got here. We're gonna start off by letting Ronald do his thing because he's the one who came up with this title.
See, the reality of how we got here is when you look at all the topics that we covered so far concerning this one major discussion we're having, right? The annihilation of a strong black man. We've covered the housing, we covered finances, we covered employment, we covered healthcare. We've covered the social situations as well, social classes and statuses and stuff like that. We really haven't really got into the culture of things, especially in Black American culture, because we are very diversified. We agree on that, right? Everybody agrees that we are diverse. We got
me and you here.
Well, you got Matt here too.
Yeah, Matt ain't paying attention.
Matt's paying attention. Matt's paying attention. He's looking at us right now. So we have a very diversified culture, right? Very diversified. How do you see the culture we are in today, if you could pick it apart, because it's so multifaceted, compared to that very same multifaceted culture from, let's say, 25, 30 years ago? How do you see it?
So you say our culture as black men,
as black people, yes, sir.
Compared to 25 years ago,
25, 30 years ago, yes, sir. How do you see it? Because we still multifaceted. We are amazing people. You're black man magic, black girl magic, black woman magic, black boy magic. Black people are magic. No, we're not really magic. We just good at what we do. You feel what I'm saying? We just make it look good. You know what I'm talking about? That's because God be working through us. You know what I'm saying? And when God's working through you, it's going to look like it's magic. But because we all toe up, right?
He said we toe up
from the flow up. So when you look at it, the culture as multifaceted, because you got different parts of our culture. You got those that are the blue collar, right? You know, the blue collar we had with the Chris Rock show was a perfect representation of that. The Chris Rock was that Everybody Hates Chris. That's a perfect representation of that. Was it what? The other show from back in the day, Rock. You remember Rock?
Oh yeah, I love Rock.
Yeah, that was a great show. Perfect representation of that.
Garbage Man,
right? Rock. Perfect representation of that. And you look at how you have the upper class, right? I don't really watch too many shows like that's dealing with the upper class, but I think that
is there a lot of shows?
The Have and the Have Nights would that qualify as one of those upper class shows where they talk about the upper class? Would that be one? I don't really know. What do you think?
Have Nights. I don't know.
What about?
We had one couple that was high.
Was that Prince of Bel-Air?
Oh yeah.
That would qualify, right?
Yeah, Prince of Bel-Air.
That's the upper class. That would qualify.
Yeah, Fresh Prince.
Okay,
yeah.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Yeah. Then you got those that's kind of like the hood.
Now, what would you classify as Cosby Show?
Now, I would say that was middle class. moving up,
Mm.
moving up middle class. I think that
You
was
had a doctor and a lawyer.
yeah. I think that's moving up middle class because they kept it
That's
ground. They kept it
So you
grounded.
saying
That was a grounded
lower-
show. That was grounded.
So you saying low on the high class, but high on the middle class,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
in
Right.
between.
In between, but the culture was still the same. Like they were trying to instill various aspects of African American living in their shows,
Mm-hmm.
which I greatly appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they didn't include everything, but they tried to, include most of the common things that I believe we all grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
Cornbread, we all grew up with the food. The food played a big role
Oh, yeah.
in all of
I
our
think-
in all of our shows, right? Connections played a big role in all of our shows. The dangers of gang violence. We're going back to the Good Times.
Mhm.
Now, Good Times was a representation of the hood.
Yeah,
Am I right or wrong about that?
because they lived in the project.
They lived in the projects.
Chicago.
We ain't talking about the PJs,
Yeah.
low rent, high rise, y'all. We
Uh-huh.
talking about they tried to incorporate the reality of the African American life in these shows.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the funny thing about some of those shows: a lot of those shows were written by white people,
Mm.
right?
Yep.
And that's why some of the black actors in those shows had problems with some of the shows that they wanted to permit, some of the episodes that they wanted to do. That being said, it still didn't take away from the fact that they incorporated aspects of the African American culture from different levels. We're multifaceted people. You see,
Mm-hmm.
we got aspects, man, that we're not alone in this. You have the same thing in white America as well,
Right.
Hispanic America as well, same thing. Multifaceted. This is what makes America unique in this. At least I think so. So when you look at that, today's culture, still multifaceted, compared to 25, 30 years ago, the difference is pretty glaring to me.
Okay. In what way?
Okay, so our middle class today, it's kind of like we're still fighting to hold on to our values, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the lower class portions of the culture are giving in and letting go even further of those values. And I think as well as the upper class, they're kind of like moving away from everything, really like disconnecting themselves. And I think that that's
With
a
the
tragedy with the culture. I think that's a tragedy of its own.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, what's that saying? Never forget where you come from.
Yeah.
That's been the mainstay in every part of American existence regardless of your ethnicity. Never forget where you come from.
Mm.
Because nobody really likes people who forget where they come from. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I understand trying to remake yourself. What they call it, reinvent yourself. I get that. I understand that. But still never forget where you came from.
Yeah, I could see that. I said in the other thing on that issue that I think technology has a lot to play in
Oh,
what
boy, you ain't boy. Oof.
technology has
Technology.
a lot to play in
Yes.
how the difference from 25 years ago to now, because we have more technology today,
Mm-hmm.
and this people of our culture can do their own outtakes on with the social media aspect.
Yes, sir.
They
That's
could
right.
do,
That's a fact.
they could display our culture
Mhm.
through social media, and it's easier to access what we do now today than it was 25 years ago. It's not hidden anymore. I don't think like people from other cultures could see.
Mm.
They could see more better how our culture is ran and how we do things, especially on the aspect of food, because I think a lot of our recipes are out there now.
Yeah.
Like, especially
Making me mad.
macaroni and
Yeah.
cheese.
Cause those secrets, man.
How
How they make those mashed
how
potatoes
you
like
fry
that?
chicken now? How
They
you
make those
fry
mashed potatoes
chicken?
like that, man.
I think
Yeah.
on that
But that's a
aspect,
good thing. That's a good thing. It's not
Yeah.
making me mad. I'm joking. It's not making me mad. But that's a good thing though. Go ahead.
but how we could get out our culture of food out there,
Mhm.
like collard greens, how we make the collard greens, how we make cabbage, how we do things. And it's not just us, our culture anyway. I think it's a lot of Jamaican culture, from Jamaican to Haiti to African culture.
Okay.
So I think a lot of that's the difference between, that's one of the differences between 25 years ago and now.
That's a big difference.
Yeah.
Brother, you're talking the truth 100. Technology has really opened the door, and it has really helped our culture collectively, as diversified as we are, in all other aspects to move forward. And some people have moved up in class as a result of that. So I've noticed that other countries have been watching America through the social media, YouTube, especially.
Absolutely.
They've been watching the TikToks. They've been copying our dances, right? They've been lifting our styles, how we dress. They've been doing that. Our haircuts, right? There's people in India and Turkey, and even in parts of China that can cut hair like our hair better than some African American barbers can. That should never be the case. Never, ever. But you got to give those people their props that do that, because they took the time to really learn. And how did they learn? Just like you said, watching, because our people put it up there. And another thing I love about technology that you're talking about is that it helps us reconnect with the history of our past. And that's my thing. That's my main area of concern. I don't want us to forget where we came from. I don't want us to forget what happened to us.
Right.
But I don't want where we came from and what happened to us to become a crutch for us.
Right.
As a people. So the reality of how we got here is that we have to remain focused on those points in our history that brought us to this point of where we are now, so that we can honestly look back at our history and ask the question, where do we go collectively from here? Where do we go collectively from here? You understand what I'm saying? 25, 30 years ago, fashion was different. Some of that fashion's coming back, hairstyles were different. Some of those hairstyles are coming back, right? Some of them, right, coming back.
Dances.
Some of the dances, right? The food hasn't gone anywhere. We haven't really developed any new dishes, really, to be honest with you.
I think maybe how we prepare them is probably different.
Oh, yeah.
Because I seen just today, I was fooling around on social media before I got
As was I.
I'm looking at some dishes. I was like, what they made them put that this was in the egg roll. It was an egg roll, but with collard greens, sweet potatoes.
How did I know you were going to say collard greens?
Collard greens, sweet potatoes, is something else.
Macaroni and cheese?
I don't know. I don't think that was in there, but it was something else.
But we do that. We do that. We will put macaroni and cheese in egg roll.
And it was something in the egg roll, and I'm like, well, I'll be dog. I ain't never think about doing that, but that's something I'm willing to try.
Man, I was on social media earlier today, and I was matter of fact, I told you about it the other day, and I ran it by my wife because it's what I want to do. I saw the banana pudding cake. And I told my wife I want to make one. I want to make a banana pudding cake. Now I'm not a baker. I can cake. I can cook. I can burn, but I'm not a baker.
Yeah, I can see that.
But come on, man, don't Kevin Hart me, bro. Look. When you start understanding that this technology can work for us and help us improve in every area of our life, that's a good thing. And I applaud everybody, whether you're black, white, or Hispanic, or whatever, who take social media to the level where you're using it to help improve your life. That's what we must be more consistent in. The negative things, we got to do away with that.
Oh, yeah.
We got to cut the negative things out.
Yeah.
Use the positive things, right? Cut the negative things out. Now, as we look at the harsh reality of how we got here, and it is a harsh reality when you go through history, there are some things that we cannot deny. Racism, discrimination based on racism, laws, programs, all that stuff that we have been covering. Now we have to look at where we are today and how we got to look at where we're going to go from here today. 25, 30 years ago, we still had those challenges because that's what they were. They were challenges. We had to overcome those things.
Yeah.
And today we still are there.
Yeah.
It's just that I think that there's a new generation that does not fully understand how difficult it was 25, 30 years ago. I don't think the kids, the generation today, fully appreciate the struggle. Because as one person said, not a couple of days ago, they said, this generation is not struggling like we came up struggling. They don't have to worry about what they're going to eat.
Right.
You know, whereas when we were in our teens, we had to worry about what we were going to eat. Mom, what we're going to eat, what we're going to have to eat. Go to sleep and dream about it. And I'm like, today's kids don't really have to deal with that unless they're coming from a certain type of household in a certain place of the country, in a certain social class. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think that comes from them not understanding, like you said before. They don't understand what we had to fight for. Our ancestors had to fight for the privileges that we have today, that they have today. It came through a long line of protests, a long time of fighting in courts and on the streets. That's what, and a lot of kids don't understand that because they take all that for granted because they ain't have to worry about that. They didn't see. They didn't see all that. So they don't have to worry about that one. But due to our administration today is trying to get us back to what our ancestors fought for, to get out of. And they're trying to slowly push us back into that. And that's what I think our culture of today, these young people need to understand. We're still going to have to fight.
True.
We're still going to have to fight.
True.
I think the young people today have to understand the fight. And I think we do have some young people that's coming up in government, that's coming up on the streets, can see what this administration is doing to us today and know that we have to be aware of it and try to do something about it. So I just think, man, that's the difference with 25 years ago. 25 years ago, we was fighting. They were fighting, fighting to get to what this culture today is having, the privileges of.
I think 25 years ago, we were being taught, we were being educated too. So even though society today, you have technology to help us maintain a greater level, to attain a greater level of understanding through education, a lot of kids today aren't using it for that. I think that they should. I think they should use the internet for understanding, getting a better understanding of history. But you got to be careful. You got to be careful because there's a lot of things that's not true.
Oh yeah,
being put out there on the internet.
Yeah, that's what you got to be careful of.
And that's where you got to study. Like the word says, study, show yourself approved. You got to study that. You got to study everything because you can't just take people's word for it. We all make mistakes. You know, some people give out, like you talk about the administration. I was trying to stay away from that, but he brought it up. So
that's because it's happening.
It is. You're right. 100%.
It's happening.
You have an entire administration that's trying to not only take us back to that point, but they're trying to eliminate the history while they take us back. How does that work? Think about that. How do you
taking it out of that research place where you need to learn from? They don't want you. This generation,
they don't want you to know.
They don't want you to know what happened back then.
Yep.
They don't want you to know that how hard our ancestors fought to get us to the place we are today. And that's because you know why?
Why?
They want to take that away from us.
Why?
They trying to take it away.
Why?
They trying to put us back to
why?
The 1800s.
My man said, why? Because that was a time of dominance, right? Unquestionable authority. Come on, man.
Yeah, it was.
That was the time that,
They ain't expect for us to say nothing back to them. That's what it was. It was like we doing this. We don't hear no noise.
But
What?
we've always talked back.
Yeah.
It's
That's
in our
it.
DNA.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, listen like this. Look like this. When you read the Bible, you find that Abraham was obedient.
Mm-hmm.
Abraham loved God.
Amen.
But Abraham still questioned God.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Yeah.
So when you think about this, man, it's in mankind's DNA to question. Is in man's heart. We wonder.
Mm-hmm.
So to go back to a period of time when you try to get people to not respond and just shut them down and not say anything because you want to say whatever you want to say to them, at some point in time, people snap, man.
Yeah.
And we have a history of people snapping, and we still have people snapping today.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But the difference is how it was done and why it was done. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And when you go through the generations and you come into the ages, it was an educational thing that was passed on, that was talked about in the house. I remember a couple of years ago, they had a conversation it's on YouTube, you still find it.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's about we have to have this talk with our young black children that are men. You know, they're males. About police and what to do when the police pull you over, when the police approach you, even when they approach you, even when they ask you questions, how to conduct yourself, what to do. And listening to that and watching that video was like, wow, you know, not everybody has that conversation, first of all, in the household.
Right.
But it just took me back to the 50s and the 60s. Mm-hmm. It took me back to the 70s and the 80s. Because remember, we had to stop and frisk, right? That was another issue that we had to fight. Took us back to the 90s, right? So we're in this age now where it's 2026, and we're still faced with these kinds of tactics. It's not just like back then it was like wide open in your face. Now it's kind of like a little bit more subtle. But then the programs become policies. The programs have become policies, and the policies are taking all of our accomplishments and everything we've tried to move ourselves forward through. They're trying to take them away and move us back, like you was talking about. So 25 to 30 years ago, the struggle is still evident today.
Oh yeah,
this is the reality of where we are.
Yeah.
If you don't think that things have changed for the better, they have, and I think that's being over cynical if you don't think they have. That you need to rethink that. But also, by the same token, if you don't think that things have deteriorated and remain the same in that deterioration, you're also mistaken. You know, I heard Damon Wayans say one time on his comedy set, he said, you talking to somebody that was black, that was affluent, rose up through the rank, made some money. Is it still racism today? He said, no, sir.
No, sir.
If and it is, I ain't seen nothing. that the way that he answered the question to the black man that rose up with money, that was a perfect statement. Even though it was funny, it was a perfect statement because he's giving you the mentality of the man. In that situation, he's saying, we're still here.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was brilliant comedy. Brilliant comedy. But we still have the struggle. Now, we're losing ground in some areas. That's obvious. Even with technology. You know what? Especially because of technology. What are we doing to help advance our cause through technology? How are we using technology to help advance our existence as a people? How are we doing it? Are we doing it?
I think we're doing it to an extent. I think to advance our ability as a culture, to advance it, we definitely have some evidence of
what
positively, like even on the notion of people leaving these networks.
What you mean? What networks you talking about?
networks like the networks often made you got CBS,
Oh,
NBC,
okay. You talking about like
TV
reporters and
yeah,
stuff like that,
reporters,
actors, actresses,
journalism.
journalists. Oh,
Yeah, journalists. They are either they're getting fired or let go,
that's a fact.
or they leaving and starting their own stuff.
Now, see that's the part right there I like.
Mm-hmm.
I like that you brought out the fact that they're either leaving or they're getting fired or they're leaving because they know they're going to get fired.
Mm-hmm.
Because now that was a part of the DEI thing, right?
Yeah.
So they went on and they started their own network. They went out and they started their own show,
and yeah,
and a lot of them are thriving.
yep.
A lot of them are doing well.
And
They're still reporting.
Yep, they still reporting.
Still reporting.
And reporting the right way. They're with no restrictions. And I think that's what the public needs, especially in our culture, because we get wolves blown over our eyes, covers thrown over our eyes, so people can't see straight. So what I think these journalists are doing is setting it straight directly to our culture, so we can actually see. They come up with facts, they come up with details that strongly are true and correct, because this administration, this whole politics thing, this whole what's going on for real is getting blurred by lies. That one party will tell you one thing and then the other party tell you another. So I think these journalists and reporters, they come out and tell you, all right, what's the truth? And I think that's what helps in a positive light with technology. I think and people agree with all these journalists and reporters that report facts, because if they report the facts, which is true, then there's no other way we could see it. You know what I mean? I just think that's the positive.
Okay.
That's the positive part of technology. To get the facts straight and understand what's really going on, because a party could tell you one thing and you say, oh, well, ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, no, this is what's happening underneath that.
Yeah. They're giving you the facts of the matter,
and
setting the record straight. And I think that's where the investigative reporting comes in, and then the motives for that has to be pure and honest as well. This is integrity that's associated with that, right? What we're talking about here is, how are the children today, the youth of today, capitalizing, or are they even involving themselves in that? And I think that we do need more journalists. We do need more people that are willing to tell the truth and put the truth out there. But what I don't like is I don't like the profanity. You can report on the story without using profanity. Yeah. And if the person that you're reporting, you're interviewing, that's what I'm looking for. Thank you. You're interviewing, uses profanity. When you report what they say, you don't have to use the same exact words that they said.
Oh no.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't like that, because the internet is opening the door to too much profanity. But that's just me. I'm old-fashioned like that in a way.
Of course, we don't like the profanity, but at the same time, look at our leadership.
Yeah, well, what you gonna do about that? I mean,
they say profanity.
He should have never.
He be calling names,
put in the White House. But that's just
so I think a lot of reporters try to fight fire with fire, because he come down on reporters. You know what I mean?
He call them names. They
out their names.
Yeah, he definitely call them out their names.
So, you know, people gonna fight fire with fire.
Yeah, that's true. But you don't have to, because you got to take the high road.
Exactly.
In certain areas.
Good to take the high road.
And that's part of the reality of how we got here. You know, we are looking at, what does Michelle Obama say? She said, when they go low, we go high.
Yeah. That's it.
Right? When they go low, we go high. My question was, well, where was we at before they went low? We supposed to be in the middle or higher.
Yeah.
Right? So I get what she was saying.
Yeah.
I think that still applies.
Yeah, it still applies.
Because we came up with that.
Mm-hmm.
We grew up with that.
Mm-hmm.
That's going all the way back. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's that 25, 30 years ago that we were being instilled, having instilled with us, in us, and that today a lot of the young people are losing that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's just fly off the handle, say whatever you want to say. No. This is not our historical culture. Never was, never will be.
Mm-mm.
But you're trying to make it that. As multifaceted as we are, culture-wise, different areas. We got so many different areas in our culture.
Yeah.
That right there, we had a specific place for that.
Mm-hmm. And I think we could show our strength other ways than just profanity and going down and getting hit fist the cup with people. We show our strength in with protesting. It's how we show our strength.
We had fights.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But we didn't have fight. We didn't make that the norm.
No.
You know,
I'm just saying. I mean, where
gangs has never really been our thing.
But I'm just
gangs have never really been our thing, man.
No.
Historically speaking, tribes, yes.
Yeah.
But gangs, no. Yeah. You may say a tribe is a gang. Not really.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's a difference. But what I'm saying is, as far as us showing our strength, it's best to show our strength with protests. Because if you could fill the Capitol or over there in Washington, you can fill the streets with our people. And then you be like, dang, there's a lot of people out there. That's how we show our strength, protesting on what we don't think is right.
Yeah, being on one accord.
And what is fair. Yep, being on one accord. That's how we show our strength. I think that's the ultimate way we show our strength.
So we're here now.
Yep.
We're at that point now where you're starting to see, like, with the activists from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s still doing their thing, still leading the charge, trying to educate the youth and mentor the youth to take over for them. Like, they realize that they're not going to be here forever.
Yes,
we realize we're not going to be here forever. So we trying to do the same thing with our children. Let them know, hey, listen, you don't have to be in the front to lead. All right? You don't always got to be in the front to lead. Sometimes you can lead alongside. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't got to be the one that's the top dog. You can lead alongside, because some people, there's always going to be somebody watching you.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? So, and they're watching you to see what you do.
Absolutely.
All right?
Yeah.
Lead by example. Lead by example.
Yeah. Lead by example.
That don't mean you got to be the person out front to lead by example. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we came up with that. We grew up with that. Now we're at this point in society today where the boycotts have worked. We've piggybacked off the history of that.
Oh, yeah.
And that's been proven. It's been proven to be successful.
Yeah.
Even in today's time.
Yeah.
It's successful. Yeah. The protests that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Came up
crazy.
Civil Rights Act.
I've never seen such successful protests in my days. I mean, my heart overflows to see the entire nation, pretty much the entire nation. I would say, what, 70% roughly of the nation coming together to march and protest.
Might be even more than that.
Might be. A lot of Black people started coming out toward the tail end of the protests, because early on they weren't. But it depends on what the protest was about.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We didn't have a lot of people for the No Kings.
Yeah.
But we had some.
But my thing is, where did they get that from?
Exactly.
Where did the No Kings get that from?
Exactly.
Protesting. Where they get it from? They ride in the backs of all the stuff that we have done and made.
That's that magic.
Yeah. That's it. That's the magic he was talking about. They have profited from and educated themselves on see what work that we did. So
I'm so touched by seeing that. I was really moved, bro, because to see the nonviolence. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Compare that with a couple of years ago, about 5 or 6 years ago, where you had the marches and they turned violent because you had the counter marches, the counter protesters out there trying to start trouble. They got dealt with,
Yep.
you know. And you put police officers in the bad spot because you don't know what the officer is dealing with.
Yep.
You don't know what side they're leaning on,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And the cops have a duty to do.
Yeah.
You know, they got a duty to do. And
They definitely do.
I just say it again. To see America, the majority of Americans, taking a stand against their own government in a peaceful manner
Mm-hmm.
lets you know that democracy is in fact real.
Yep.
But there can be no democracy without the people calling for it and leading forward in it.
Mm-hmm.
Democracy is a form of addressing issues even when you're not in a position to do that much about it. That's what I think.
Mm.
I mean, if you're a slave and you're in a plantation, there's not too much you can do to change the situation on your plantation.
Mm.
But what? Run away?
I know. Try to get away.
Be rebellious? Get whipped all the time?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe get parts of your body amputated? But that sends a message to the rest of the slaves.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Because the slave masters try to use that as a form of control.
Oh yeah.
And
Yep.
more and more slaves saw that, hey,
Mm-hmm.
they're using that as a form of control. But what happens to the slave that was punished?
Mm-hmm.
They would be sent away, or they would, if they didn't get killed, they would be sent away,
Mm-hmm.
or they would be given something lesser to do. If they got damaged to a point, the slave owner wouldn't mess with them that much anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of slaves saw that as an out. This is all facts. You can go check this out for yourself. It wasn't something that was done that was hidden. This is stuff that was done that's wide open.
Mm-hmm.
Using the abuse to further a cause. That's something that you never thought would be a real thing, a real strategy.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're finding that it is.
Mm-hmm.
We're finding that historically this is what happened. And so what happened was somebody said, some black people got together and they said, hey, we got to stop taking all this abuse, because even though this is a strategy, it's causing a real damage and we're losing numbers because of this. So we got to find another way to do this.
Mm-hmm.
That's brilliant communications. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Now, to be fair, and I'm going to make this real quick. To be fair, those who came up with the idea to counter the abuse, they had their own agenda, right? Some of them were good, some of them weren't good. But even with all of that taking place during those days, they were still fighting for justice,
Mm-hmm.
still fighting for a cause that had them united, right?
Absolutely.
Right? So to be fair, was it perfect? No.
Mm-mm.
But given the times, let's be honest about it, it was a brilliant strategy. Because you had to take advantage of the abuse, and you had to use the abuse to the best of your abilities.
Right.
Today we don't have to do that anymore.
Mm-mm.
So when you look at the reality of how we got here, now you're looking at how the strategy had to change. You see what I'm saying? So technology, like you were talking about, see, you don't even know you did this. The technology that you was talking about must be incorporated in the next level.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If we can all come together to do that, because look, you talked about the journalists. They're telling the truth. They're not just giving you a story, letting one party say one thing, another party say another thing, and not uncovering the facts. You got journalists that are in there getting dirty. They're getting their hands dirty. They're getting the facts.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Exactly.
Now we,
Mm-hmm.
who are not in the forefront, who are not leading, visibly being seen on a massive level,
Mm-hmm.
we have to continue that.
Mm-hmm.
We have to do our part.
Yeah.
Continue that on our jobs. Share it with the younger people on our jobs. Hey, listen, this is what you should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
You got somebody on your job. Hey, listen, these are the rules and regulations. This is what you do, but this is how you conduct yourself. This is what you got to do to keep yourself straight in this area right here, because you got a responsibility
Mm-hmm.
to the next generation. Because a lot of people that we work with, they got kids.
Yeah.
They're younger than we are,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
They're in their 30s, they're in their 20s, and they got families.
Mhm.
So our job is to help educate them and bring them on up,
Yeah.
right? Keep them focused on that, right?
Absolutely.
So the injustices, they'll be able to fight.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's always, I think, passed down through generation.
There it
to
is.
generation to
There it is.
generation. It always been passed down, man. I think as this new generation uh, arrives and coming to their own, they can see what's going on in this world today.
I hope so.
They live in it. So I know for a fact all of them are not comfortable with what's going on.
Right.
They're not comfortable.
Mhm.
Yomi Coco.
I
They're not comfortable with what's going on in this world today.
cool. Yeah, I agree with you. A lot of them, I would say a lot of them. But again, we talked about changing the tactic. You know, the Denmark Vessies, the Nat Turners, they were determined to rebel and bring it through a violent nature,
Mhm.
But you see how the tactic had to change.
Yeah.
Because
it was
too much death,
right? Death
and you couldn't trust your own people to a certain degree.
Mhm.
We are moving in an area now where it's more non-violent, and that's like I said, when you have that passed down from generation to generation, how to deal with.
Mhm.
We're still in a situation where we're not out of the woods yet.
Oh yeah.
Not yet. We haven't obtained the freedom that is necessary yet.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, the younger generation does not realize that because they haven't really sat down and experienced or take the time to examine the past, because they don't think that that's something that could ever happen again.
Exactly.
Never fool yourself and believe that it can never happen again,
Mhm.
because it can indeed happen again.
Oh, it can. And I think they're trying to make it happen again now.
Oh, very much so.
So on that note, I'm just saying, now, as the young people learn today, and I think we have to show them the proper way
Mhm.
of doing. I think we demonstrating it through the protesting and all that. But I think we have to also show them how we could do this in the courts, because the courts.
Oh man, that's a good one. Yeah.
The courts is our only way to fight this corruption, law breaking,
Yeah.
and believe me,
Mhm.
I come from a family that love to fight. we love to fight. We love fit the cuff, but we have to maintain a way of fighting without fisticuff, because you know that, like you said, it can be death or you get locked up forever.
Yeah, you get taken out of the play.
Yeah, you get taken out to play.
How you going
So-
to help somebody? You the best player, and you get taken out to play
Yeah,
because of your actions.
exactly.
You take yourself out to play.
Exactly.
Hot head.
So, and I know the court system, that takes time.
It does.
It do that, and I think that's what people fight and struggle with, because I want results now.
Let me share this with you, man. Yeah, I'm on fire.
He said, "I'm on fire."
I had a conversation
Mhm.
decades ago with a white guy, and he said, yeah, you know, there's going to be a civil war in America. And I said to him, this was decades ago.
Mhm.
He said, yeah, we're going to have that, you know, we're going to finish that civil war that they started in the 1800s. I said, no. That war has already happened.
Mhm.
I said, the Civil War has already been fought again.
Mhm.
He said, he asked me, he said, what are you talking about? How you mean? You sound like a crazy dude. I said, listen, it was done through the court system,
Mhm.
and they lost.
Mhm.
Man, you just hit the nail on the head again, because you said we have to do it because exactly what do you think was happening right now?
Mhm.
What do you think they're doing this through? They're doing it through the court system.
Yeah, it has.
They're
be done
trying
that
to
way.
go back and undo what was
Yeah.
done through the court system,
Yeah.
because that's the
Absolutely.
only way that they can
Yeah.
get things to go backwards
Mhm.
on a massive level, that they can bring us back to the chain era.
Mhm. Yep.
People gotta,
Absolutely.
that's why I said the young today, they gotta realize where we are, the reality of where we are. we're in a position right now where we're not out of the woods, but we're moving forward.
Yeah.
We're moving forward through our protests, but we need this generation now to step in and start becoming doctors, becoming lawyers,
Yeah.
becoming police officers,
Mhm.
police chiefs. We need the law on our side now. We need more people to become interested in the law and the law process, the entire system of the law. We need more people to become involved in. Listen, we got to get rid of the attitude of the 70s and 80s. Hey, man, you know, job turkey, you police officer, man, you selling out. No,
Yeah.
man, no.
Yeah.
No, you're not a sellout if you become a
Yeah.
cop.
Dude.
That's a good thing if you become a police officer, because you know what? You can move up in law enforcement. You can become a police chief.
Yeah.
Am I right or wrong about that? You can become, you can even get into politics.
Yeah.
Maybe go into politics. Man, it depends upon what you do.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
We need that. We need lawyers.
We need district attorneys. We need lawyers. We need county, whatever county sheriffs, whatever.
Oh, we definitely need sheriffs.
we
need sheriffs.
Yeah, we need law enforcement on our side, like you said. I think, and that's the struggle. Just going back to what I was saying, the struggle is things happening right away. But anything
that impatience,
that impatience,
that's what turns people away.
Yeah, that's what turns people away.
It takes too long.
Yeah, but
gotta fight it out.
Let me tell you
Wait
something.
it out.
We've been fighting for years, and we always know when we fight the right way, it's going to take time.
You got to.
Yeah.
And that's where your relationship with God comes in, because if you don't have one, you need to get one. Because again, being in this community that we're in, seeing what we're seeing, not agreeing with it, we know that we have to do better. That means you got to get out there and get involved. Exactly. If you're old enough to vote,
it is.
You better vote.
Yep.
If you're thinking about coming out of high school and you're thinking about going into a career, finding something to do, what's wrong with becoming a police officer? What's wrong with becoming a firefighter? You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with becoming a paramedic?
Yeah.
You're going to get involved with something. What's wrong with joining the military? There's nothing. But again, we also need scientists. We do.
Absolutely.
We need people getting involved with engineering and science. We need that. We need that to promote and move the culture forward. I'm not saying you gotta be like, you know, my man, what's his name? Neil Tyson deGrasse. What's his name? Neil deGrasse Tyson. I don't think you need to be exactly like him.
Yeah.
But you can aspire to do something in that field.
I think we got to make sure when we go into these fields, we keep our moral ground. You know what I mean? You got to stay
definitely
morally correct.
That's where the relationship comes in, man, with God. You got to have that.
And that's where it is. That's what I'm trying to get to also.
Because you can try to do something. You can set out to do the right thing. But if you're setting out to do the right thing, but you're doing it the wrong way, are you doing the right thing?
Yeah.
Chances are the answer to that question is no.
Yes,
it's going to be disastrous. Like the word says, there's a way that seems right to the man, but the end of the earth is destruction. You think about what he's saying here.
Yeah.
If we're looking at where we are right now in society today, where do we go from here? We got a good game plan, but you see that they changed their tactics. We talked about this last week. They changed their tactics. They switched up, which means we got to change ours.
Yeah. And I believe the more these people or young people go into their professions, keep God in your life. 100%. 100%. Because God keeps you grounded, and he'll have blessings upon you. You have the favor of him. So when you have the favor of God, you almost come like Superman.
Thank you, but I'm not Superman, but thank you. I appreciate that.
Not you.
Oh.
Your fault. I'll tell you, there you go. Ain't nothing better than having his favor.
Amen, brother.
And then it's easier for you to get instructions from him in crucial times. It's easier to see what he needs you to do, because we gotta come to a point where we no longer doing it for us. We're doing it for God. We We got to come to that point.
For his
Understanding
For
for His glory. We got to realize that it's not for us; it's for Him.
And the funny thing about that is that
His glory. Yes, amen.
His glory covers everybody.
That's right.
Come on, man, think about that.
Yeah.
His glory covers everybody.
Yeah. If we doing it for Him, you think He gonna leave us by the wayside?
Not at all.
He's got to be
Not at all.
crazy.
You got to be beyond crazy.
Yeah, He will never leave you nor forsake you.
That's the word.
That's the
100. And I tell you, bro, I'm on fire. When you start looking at how
Hey, you on fire.
I'm on fire.
What about my fire? I got a little bit in it. I got a little spot.
You got some.
I just wanted to be included. That's all. I just want to be included.
When you
You're doing
start
a great job.
when you start thinking about how this generation here has so much potential, but there's a force that's trying to rob them of that potential. They're trying to take it away from them by pushing them back 35, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 years. You're realizing, if they understand it, like you said, if they're paying attention, you're realizing that we have to help step in too to protect them.
Right.
Am I right?
Right.
Right. So the reality of how we got here is we got here by working together.
Amen.
And we got here by humbling ourselves because we had to listen to our elders. We didn't want to.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah. It's always something you don't want to do, but wind up doing it because of the instructions of your elders. But see, I think that's how God sets it up. He
Yeah,
sets it up. People need people.
exactly.
People need people.
I told this guy that like 2 weeks.
He always teaches somebody something.
No, that's the truth. we people need people.
Yeah.
God uses people, and
Yeah.
that's something. Why are people struggling with understanding that?
I
I don't
know.
understand.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't get that, man. How could you struggle with understanding that God uses people?
Yeah.
What's so hard about that?
Yeah.
What's so hard about that?
Yes, He does.
But that's how we got to where we are right now. We
Mhm.
all had to come together. We had to humble ourselves.
Mhm.
We had to listen to the elders. The elders had to listen to the youth
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
because the young people got ideas.
Yeah. They got
The elders-
ideas and
the
they
elders
want
got the
stuff
position,
just
they
as
got
well
the
as we
access
do.
to-
Yeah.
Be able to implement those ideas. And that's how we work together. And now we need this generation to just grab a hold of that. Set aside trying to glorify the negative and gravitate toward the positive. Right?
Yeah.
We
Absolutely.
can't merge everything together. That's one of the things I love about our culture, because we're so multifaceted. We don't merge everything together. We don't put pecans in the potato salad.
Yeah.
We keep pecans where they're supposed to be,
And pecan pie.
in the pie and in the cake. You get what I'm saying?
Got that pecan in that pie.
You put no pecans in that potato salad. That don't go like that.
No.
You don't put cranberries, raspberries, none of that stuff in the potato salad. That don't go there. We keep them where they supposed to go.
Oh,
We don't merge
man.
everything together, man. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got it.
So
It's funny though.
it is. It's hilarious because there are people that's trying to do that and say, "Hey, look what I create." No, don't bring that to Thanksgiving. You leave that when you leave that at home. Y'all eat that. He said that nasty. That nasty, baby. When you start understanding that it takes a collective of us, right? It takes a collective of us.
Yes.
And that means, hey, we're gonna have to humble ourselves.
Mm-hmm. That's it right there. You gotta
Nobody's
humble
greater than anybody else,
ourselves.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And especially if you got a gift, you got a talent, don't take yourself out the equation
Mm-mm.
with your
Mm-mm.
behavior.
Mm-mm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you got that gift and you got that talent, we're gonna need you,
Mm-hmm.
right?
You don't need us and definitely need to
Don't
work
take yourself out of the
together.
equation with your behavior.
Yeah.
Your behavior is important.
Yeah, 'cause
At
you-
this junction right now,
yeah.
I would say, you talk about morals. I would say our behavior at this junction right now, where we are right now, that's going to help move us forward
Mhm.
faster,
Yeah.
right? Because God is working through us, right? It's going to move us forward faster.
Mhm.
I am. My stomach is like Tony the Tiger.
His stomach will be growling. I'm like, what is that?
Yeah, it's my stomach. I gotta eat. I haven't eaten. And I was thinking about eating before I came here. I was like, no, I don't want to be doing that. So when you start to look at where are we going to go? The future is indeed, like Kanye said, the future is so bright you got to wear shades.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And I believe that, man.
Mm-hmm.
But if we continue on this path with all this violence and all this hateful rhetoric,
Yeah.
because we had that, I think that really came out in the 70s because of what we experienced from the past.
Mm-hmm.
There was a faction of our culture that really picked up on that, and there were some people that gravitated toward that, and they lived in that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going to be in Christ, if you're going to serve God, that
Yeah.
hate got to find a place to be used by God,
Mm-hmm.
right? The right way. And that's not something that you walk around hating people because you don't even know the people.
You don't even know.
You don't hate the person, you hate the sin.
because
Right.
color they skin or where they came from.
Yeah, that's not the
where they
right way
was
to hate.
born,
No,
what country they from.
Right.
That's crazy.
that is.
It's just plain crazy.
You don't hate the person, you hate the sin. That's a fact. And that's where we are
Yes,
right now. This is the reality of where we are. Are we in the final question? Are we in a good place in your opinion or a bad place in your opinion?
I would say we're in a good place. I think we're in a good place, but we have to continue to grow in that place.
Amen.
And let
I
it
like that.
let it out overshine.
I like that
everything
right
else.
there.
Yeah, we gotta grow in that good place.
Mhm.
We gotta let it overshadow everyone. See, our goodness, the good place we're in, gotta overcome all the bad. All
Yeah,
the
I'll
bad.
give you that.
It'll break through. That
If
good
we
place.
continue
Yeah, that's why I say we
making that move toward the future, yeah.
Yeah,
I agree with that. That's good job. Good job.
We have
Good
to.
job. That's
We
good
have
job. Good job.
So I believe if we could all come together in our morals and our characters, don't quick to be angry, don't quick to anger.
Yeah, slow the anger.
Yeah,
That's what you're trying to say. Slow the anger.
Yeah, slow the anger.
I had to help him out a little bit.
Yeah,
here.
don't be quick to get angry. Don't be
Don't be a hot head.
Yeah, don't be a hot head. Do not look at your neighbor as the enemy. We can't do that. We have to work together.
Don't let the enemy take you out of the equation.
Yeah.
'Cause-
And look,
Because you're important to the mix.
exactly. We can't be distracted either. We gotta
Yeah.
stay focused on what
Stay
our
focused.
goal is.
Yep.
And that's to keep fighting. Keep fighting for
Amen.
righteousness, fairness for all people.
And we must be honest about that.
Yeah. And again, I like what you said. We have to be humble.
Oh, hey, 100.
I love that.
100.
We have to be humble with one another.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's it, man.
I'm good.
You good?
Matt, you good? We good.
All right, we good. All right. So on that note, if you like the content, if you like this content and what we are saying, because we said a lot there,
Yeah.
and dealing with our culture from 25 years ago and how we got here, the reality of how we got here. If you like to just subscribe, please subscribe. We got more to come.
Definitely.
More to do.
And next week I'm gonna read some comments next week.
Okay, cool.
Read some of the comments. Some of the comments are hilarious.
Mhm.
Some of them are thoughtful. They make you think. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
And-
should have a show where the comments.
there's some people that have actually done what I've always asked for, which is critiques and suggestions.
Yeah.
So yeah,
We want all that.
we
want all
appreciate
that.
you. We appreciate all of you. We
Yeah,
appreciate
we
you.
do. We appreciate our audience that we
Definitely.
have, and hopefully it'll grow and blossom into something that we could be proud of, and you could be proud of, because y'all listeners, and we love your comments. So please comment, keep commenting. We'll read some of them on the show. That'd be nice.
It would be.
That would be nice, and then we could even respond to them right here, right now.
We could.
Yeah, we could
Not right
respond.
now, but
Well, not right now.
Next week.
During the time.
doing the show. Yeah, when we do the
Yeah.
show.
So for me,
I thought I was hungry.
that ain't that ain't. So on that note,
He forgetting the days and everything. He said, "Yeah, we do it right now." That hunger talking.
on that note, from Ronald McConaughey, Matt over there in the corner. I'm Sean Wilson. This open up forum, and we out. Peace.
God bless you. Peace. You Matt.